Hello, in this video I'm going to talk about 3 ways in which I'm going to have improved my life over the last 24 hours. I've written them on this piece of paper, so I'm going to talk about that. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Duncan Alderdice, and the reason I'm making these videos is to document the journey I take as I become who I am by making small improvements to my life every single day. So that's an interesting new hook. Tell me what you think of it, if you like it or not. I'm still going to be working on it. What is a natural segue to the actual first small improvement is something I noticed in, I forgot whose video it was, but because I have to tell the person who's watching right now who I am, who has not met me before, so that they know who I am. Rather, like, it's like speak to the person who doesn't know you, not to the... What are you doing? My cat is just knocking books all over the place. But so I need to make an introduction as though this is the first time you've met me, because even if it's not the first time that you've met me, that won't be that annoying. It just will be part of the kind of whole shtick. But instead of starting with the who I am, start with the hook and the reason you've clicked on the video, which I guess I think the tough part is like more prep needs to be done into that. But I don't know the title of the video until I've recorded the video. So I don't know what the hook would be as I'm recording it. So maybe it would make sense just to start with who I am to begin with. That might just be good. But just, okay, so like that is a small improvement that I think I'll work through, that I'm gonna be trying, I'll test it out, is where if I put the hook for the video first, that I have to figure out before the video and then introduce myself. So that's that. As well as yesterday, what happened was I had for dinner like 2 pounds of whatever, like 800, 900 grams, 2 pounds of wings, and it was good, and like a bunch of salad stuff. But then later on into the night, I was still hungry and wasn't as focused, not so much that thing, but then I was just kind of like sitting with my tummy rumbling a little bit, and then because I had like a free Domino's pizza to redeem, and then ordered that at 11:30, thinking that it would show up in a half hour like the website said. An hour later, it hadn't showed up. I called, was going like, hey, just curious how long it is, because the tracker said it had arrived. They said it's all good, it should be coming soon. A half hour later, it hadn't. Then a half hour after that, it still hadn't. Didn't get it until like 2 o'clock in the morning, at which point like the guy actually woke me up. So that was frustrating because I was just kind of like awake, hungry, tired, not how I wanted to be going to bed. So the takeaway is that I need to get a plan for how to feed myself, which isn't really a plan. There is a meal prep thing that I want to do, which is just kind of pasta, but just something quick that I know it's a constant issue. But I think the point that I'm trying to make is feeding myself is good. It's funny because as I'm being aware of this, I'm too aware of the viewer, such that it's taking me out of speaking in the same way that I was speaking before, when I was just kind of doing me. Not so much doing me, but then perhaps that's not an indication that what I'm doing is incorrect, but it's an indication that I'm entering unfamiliar territory and I'm not good at this thing yet. And so because it's getting hard, that means I need to push further, because every time something has been difficult and I've pushed into it, I've come out stronger and more capable. So then there. Yeah, and then the expectation is, yes, no one's going to watch these videos. Some people are watching these videos, but the expectation is no one. So then when it's not getting a credible amount of popularity or whatever, that's not an indication that it's a failure. That's an indication that you're not that good yet. So that's okay. So that's good. That's that. As well as, so one thing that I did is I have signed up for, like, it's like an initial consult call. It says it's not a sales call, but it is a sales call, for a coaching group, or like a one-on-one coaching kind of thing, because for 2 reasons. One, because I have a billion things that I need to be doing and I want to actually keep myself focused, and it would be nice if I had someone holding me accountable to the things. 2, because if I'm building a coaching thing, I want to have a visceral understanding of what the value that is provided by those sessions, so that I can then understand what it is that I'm providing of value to someone who I am, like, as part of the coaching program, for two reasons. Number one, to get a better understanding of them and help them better. But number two, because if I'm going to run an ad, great marketing is one that expresses the problems of the prospect it's intended to target as precise as possible. As well as, like, if you're going to open up a pizza shop, you're not realistically just going to be like, all right, let's just figure out how to make a pizza. Probably what you're going to do is go around to as many pizza shops as you can, taste different ones, see what you like about these ones to make a better version of it ultimately. So it's like, are there going to be things about the program I like? Yes. Things that I don't like? Also yes. So like, how can I differentiate myself a little bit? As well as, like, the coaching industry right now, or the market size is like a $9 billion industry. And it's projected to grow over the next 10 years to like 25 billion. The point I'm ultimately making is the mentality of, like, your competitors taking away from your sales is wrong, because, like, there's enough to go around. So, like, even if you had 1% of the market share, I think that's only $10 million in revenue, which isn't very much. Anyways, it's something that I'm going to do, that because I want to actually be making efficient progress towards the goals I have, rather than sporadic progress, which is just like a little bit of this thing, a little bit of that thing. One thing that I need to do actually legitimately, seriously, an important thing that I need to do is I want to record a video for the group, the Become Who You Are group, of me doing a 30-day recap of where my life has changed since joining the group, or developed, or the progress I've made. Because then when I ask the people to do it themselves, then they'll have like I'll be leading by example. But then the long play of that is, if I have me and then a couple other people contributing to it, then when I invite somebody to do the next round of invitations into it, they're walking into more than just vacant. And I think that is a legitimate thing that I actually have to do. There's a bunch of shit I gotta do. I gotta get organized. I think it will be useful to have like, I think I need to understand what it is that I'm selling. Because, like, they have their own methodology and I can be different enough because it's going to be me or whatever. But ultimately, what am I providing of value? And actually, what is accepted as reasonable? Because, like, sometimes I get into my own head too much. Like, it has to be this massive thing, which prevents me from doing anything. But then if I taste someone else's sandwich and people say great things about that other sandwich, and I don't think that sandwich is particularly great, then it's like, okay, there's no reason for me to believe that I can't make at least a kind of close to that good of one. So, it'll all be inspiring. As well as I need to find a place to put the good ideas I have, rather than a piece of paper that I'm just going to throw out eventually. In any case, Clementine Club, thanks for sticking around as always, and remember to believe in yourself, because you're more capable of doing great things than you give yourself credit. I'll talk to you later.